Remember when butter actually tasted like butter? When you could spread it on warm toast and taste the cream, the slight tang, that rich dairy flavor that made everything better? Real butter, made from cream and maybe a pinch of salt. 2 ingredients. That was it. No vegetable oils, no emulsifiers, no mysterious additives that sound like they belong in a chemistry lab rather than your fridge. Those days feel like a distant memory, don't they? Walk into any British supermarket today and you'll find entire sections dedicated to what they're calling butter. Tubs promising spreadability. Packages boasting about being lighter or healthier. Products with butter in the name, but ingredient lists that tell a very different story. They've convinced us that real butter is old-fashioned, unhealthy, too hard to spread. That these modern alternatives are better for us, more convenient, more suited to our busy lives. But here's what they're not telling you. Most of what's being sold as butter isn't butter at all. It's a carefully engineered blend of cheap vegetable oils, water, and additives designed to look, spread, and taste vaguely like butter while costing a fraction of the price to produce. They've taken one of nature's most perfect foods, something humans have been making for thousands of years, and turned it into an ultra-processed product that bears no resemblance to the real thing. The British butter industry has spent decades perfecting the art of deception. They use words like buttery and creamy on packaging that contains barely any actual butter. They show images of dairy farms and happy cows while sourcing their ingredients from industrial facilities. They've lobbied to keep labeling requirements vague so you can't easily tell what you're actually buying. And they've built empires on the backs of families who just want real butter but can't navigate the deliberately confusing marketplace. Today, we're exposing 6 UK brands that are selling you fake butter wrapped in clever marketing. Brands that have betrayed the trust of millions of British households. Will your fridge staple make the list? Or have you been spreading something on your family's toast that isn't even close to real butter? Let's find out. Coming in at number 6, we have I Can't Believe It's Not Butter. And honestly, the name itself should be your first warning. When a product has to tell you it's not butter right there in the name, that's because it's legally required to. This isn't butter. It's never been butter. It's a spread made primarily from vegetable oils. The ingredient list tells the whole story. Vegetable oils, including rapeseed, palm, and sunflower. Water. Salt. Emulsifiers, including lecithins and mono and diglycerides of fatty acids. Preservatives. Flavorings. Vitamins added to make it seem healthier. And buried somewhere in that list, a tiny amount of buttermilk to justify having the word butter anywhere near the product name. But here's what really concerns me about I Can't Believe It's Not Butter. The palm oil content. Palm oil production is one of the leading causes of rainforest destruction. Orangutans, tigers, and countless other species are losing their habitats so that Unilever can make a cheap butter substitute. And while they claim to use sustainable palm oil, investigations have repeatedly found links between major food manufacturers and suppliers involved in deforestation. And then there's the health aspect. This product was marketed for decades as a healthier alternative to butter because it's lower in saturated fat. But we now know that the industrial seed oils used in these spreads are highly inflammatory. They're processed at high temperatures, often using chemical solvents. They contain trans fats, even if the label claims 0 trans fats, because regulations allow manufacturers to round down if the amount per serving is below a certain threshold. You're not getting a healthier option, you're getting an industrial product that your body struggles to process. At number 5, we have Flora, another Unilever brand, another product that's been marketed as the sensible, heart-healthy choice for decades. The packaging features sunflowers and promises to be made with natural ingredients. They've sponsored health campaigns and positioned themselves as the responsible alternative to butter. But flip that tub over and read the ingredients. Vegetable oils, including rapeseed, palm, and sunflower. water, salt, buttermilk, but only 5%. Emulsifiers, stabilizers, preservatives, flavorings, vitamins. It's the same formula as I can't believe it's not butter, just with different branding and a higher price point. What makes Flora particularly frustrating is the deception. For years, they marketed this product using health claims about reducing cholesterol. They had endorsements from health organizations. They convinced an entire generation that margarine was better for you than butter. But those health claims were based on the idea that saturated fat causes heart disease, a theory that's been increasingly challenged by modern research. Meanwhile, the industrial seed oils in Flora are now linked to inflammation, which is a key driver of heart disease. And here's the kicker. Flora used to be made with hydrogenated vegetable oils, which are loaded with trans fats. When the evidence about trans fats became undeniable, they reformulated. But they never apologized for spending decades selling a product that was actively harmful. They just quietly changed the recipe and carried on marketing it as healthy. Number 4 is Utterly Butterly. The name is designed to make you think of butter. The packaging is yellow and cheerful. The marketing emphasizes how spreadable it is, how perfect for toast. But once again, this isn't butter. It's another vegetable oil spread masquerading as the real thing. Utterly Butterly contains rapeseed oil, palm oil, water, buttermilk at just 10%, and the usual cocktail of emulsifiers, preservatives, and added vitamins. What makes this product particularly problematic is the target market. Utterly Butterly is positioned as a family-friendly, affordable option. It's the spread that busy mums reach for because it's easy to use and the kids don't complain. But those families are being sold an ultra-processed product while being led to believe they're buying something close to real butter. And the spreadability claim. Yes, it spreads easily straight from the fridge, but that's not because it's better than butter. It's because it's mostly vegetable oil and water. Of course it spreads easily. Real butter is solid at fridge temperature because it's made from cream. That's what butter does. The fact that this product stays soft tells you it's not butter, no matter what the name suggests. Multiple customers have reported that Utterly Butterly has an odd aftertaste, a slightly chemical flavor that lingers. That's the artificial flavoring trying to mimic real butter and not quite succeeding. Real butter doesn't have an aftertaste, it just tastes clean and rich. When your spread leaves a weird flavor in your mouth, that's your body telling you something isn't right. If you're still watching and finding this valuable, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave the number 4 in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed to UK Food Exposed yet, please consider subscribing and ringing that bell. Your support allows us to keep exposing the truth about what we're really buying. Now, let's continue. At number 3, we have Clover. Another brand that's been in British fridges for decades. Clover has always occupied a strange middle ground. It's not marketed as aggressively healthy like Flora. It's not as blatantly fake as I can't believe it's not butter. It just sits there on the shelf, looking vaguely butter-like, and people buy it out of habit. But here's the truth about Clover. It's a dairy spread, which sounds better than margarine, but it's still primarily made from vegetable oils. The ingredient list includes buttermilk, which is why they can call it a dairy spread. But the main ingredients are still rapeseed oil and palm oil. You're getting a tiny amount of dairy mixed with industrial oils and sold at a price point that makes you think you're getting something better than margarine. What really bothers me about Clover is the lack of transparency. The packaging doesn't make bold health claims like Flora. It doesn't have a gimmicky name like Utterly Butterly. It just exists, looking butter-adjacent, and relies on consumer confusion. People see it in the butter section, see the yellow packaging, and assume it's close enough to butter. But it's not. It's another ultra-processed spread that's nothing like the real thing. And the texture. Clover has that characteristic oily mouthfeel that all these spreads have. It coats your mouth in a way that real butter doesn't. That's because you're eating emulsified vegetable oil. Your body recognizes that this isn't a natural fat, and it responds accordingly. Many people report digestive discomfort after eating these spreads regularly. That's not a coincidence. Number 2 is Vitalite, the dairy-free spread that's marketed to vegans and people with lactose intolerance. Now, I want to be clear. There's nothing wrong with choosing dairy-free products if you have genuine dietary restrictions or ethical concerns. But Vitalite represents everything wrong with how the food industry has co-opted the plant-based movement. Vitalite is made from vegetable oils, including palm oil, coconut oil, and rapeseed oil. It contains emulsifiers, stabilizers, preservatives, and artificial flavoring to make it taste vaguely buttery despite containing no dairy whatsoever. And it's marketed as a healthy, ethical choice. But there's nothing healthy about eating ultra-processed vegetable oils. And there's nothing ethical about supporting palm oil production that's destroying rainforests. What makes Vitalite number 2 on our list is the price. It costs more than real butter. Let that sink in. You're paying a premium for a product made from cheap vegetable oils because it's been marketed as a specialty item for people with dietary restrictions. That's not serving customers. That's exploiting them. People who genuinely can't eat dairy deserve better options than overpriced industrial spreads. And the environmental claims. Vitalite markets itself as better for the planet because it's plant-based. But the palm oil in Vitalite is contributing to deforestation. The rapeseed oil requires intensive agriculture with heavy pesticide use. The packaging is plastic. There's nothing environmentally friendly about this product. It's greenwashing at its finest. And here we are. Number 1, the absolute worst fake butter brand in UK supermarkets. The product that represents the pinnacle of food industry deception. It's Lurpak Spreadable. And yes, I know this will be controversial because Lurpak is considered a premium brand, but that's exactly why it's number 1. At least with Flora and I Can't Believe It's Not Butter, you know you're buying margarine. Lurpak Spreadable tricks you into thinking you're buying real butter. Look at the packaging. It says Lurpak. It has the iconic silver wrapper design. It's positioned in the butter section. It costs as much as or more than real butter. Everything about it screams premium Danish butter. But read the ingredient list. Butter at 64%, rapeseed oil, water, lactic culture, salt. That's right. Over a third of this product isn't butter. It's rapeseed oil and water. Lurpak has taken their reputation for quality butter and used it to sell you a butter oil blend at butter prices. They're charging you premium prices for a product that's been diluted with cheap vegetable oil. And they're doing it while maintaining the Lurpak branding that makes you think you're getting the real thing. But here's what makes this the absolute worst. Lurpak knows that real butter can be spreadable. You can leave butter at room temperature for 20 minutes and it spreads perfectly. You can buy butter dishes designed to keep butter at the ideal spreading temperature. But instead of educating consumers about how to use real butter, they've created a product that solves a problem that doesn't exist by adding cheap oil to expensive butter. And the taste. Lurpak Spreadable doesn't taste like real Lurpak butter. It tastes oily. It has that characteristic vegetable oil aftertaste. The richness of real butter is diluted by the rapeseed oil. You're paying premium prices for an inferior product. And Lurpak is banking on you not noticing or not caring because the packaging looks familiar. So, those are the 6 fake butter brands filling British fridges. 6 products that range from obvious margarine to deceptive butter blends, all designed to maximize profit while minimizing actual butter content. But we promised you something more than just warnings. We promised alternatives. 2 brands that deliver real butter without the deception. First, we have Kerrygold, Irish butter made from the milk of grass-fed cows. The ingredient list is simple: cream and salt. That's it. No oils, no emulsifiers, no additives. Just butter the way it's been made for thousands of years. Kerrygold butter is naturally yellow because the cows eat grass rich in beta-carotene. It's naturally rich in vitamins A and K2, and it tastes like butter should taste. Rich, creamy, with a slight tang from the cultured cream. Yes, Kerrygold is more expensive than the fake spreads, but you're getting real food. You're getting butter from cows that spend most of their lives on pasture. You're supporting farming practices that are better for animal welfare and the environment, and because it's real butter, it's more satisfying. You need less of it. A thin scrape of Kerrygold has more flavor than a thick layer of utterly butterly. And in second place, we have Yeo Valley Organic Butter, British butter made from organic milk. The cows are raised to organic standards, which means no routine antibiotics, no synthetic pesticides in their feed, and higher welfare standards overall. The ingredient list is cream from organic milk and salt. Nothing else. Yeo Valley represents what British butter should be. It's made in the UK from British milk. It supports British farmers who are committed to higher standards. And it tastes exceptional. Slightly sweet, deeply creamy, with that characteristic richness that only comes from quality cream. This is butter worth paying for. So, there you have it. 6 fake butter brands that have betrayed your trust, and 2 real butter brands that still understand what butter should be. The uncomfortable truth is this. The butter aisle has become a minefield of deception. Products that look like butter are positioned near butter and cost as much as butter, but aren't actually butter. We've been conditioned to accept spreadability as more important than authenticity, convenience as more valuable than quality, marketing claims as more trustworthy than ingredient lists. But you know better now. You know that real butter has 2 ingredients. You know that vegetable oil spreads are ultra-processed products, regardless of the health claims on the packaging. You know that paying premium prices for Lurpak Spreadable is paying for diluted butter. The next time you're standing in that supermarket aisle, reaching for the familiar yellow tub, remember this. You deserve real butter. Your family deserves real butter. It still exists. You just need to choose it. What are your thoughts? Have you been buying any of these fake butter brands? Share your experiences in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, please subscribe to UK Food Exposed and ring that bell. We're going to keep exposing the truth about what's really on our supermarket shelves. Thank you for watching, and remember, demand real food.